I'm going to just disagree with you for 1 second, just to make this conversation a little bit more spicy. For somebody who's set up innovation teams or been part of innovation labs, I believe that this is the old way of looking at innovation. I think, innovation, the innovation agenda used to be held by the lords and the kings within the organization and then allocated and distributed to the commoners, where now I think, and we've seen this during the pandemic, that innovation should be on the agenda for everybody. Like everybody's responsibility should be off to have innovation in their DNA and within their roles and responsibilities. And if we can make innovation more ubiquitous across the organization, then you're going to start to build a culture of innovation. So that's what I'd say that.
No, I absolutely agree with you. There has to be that culture. You have to have support and endorsement from some of the executives in the organization, but it needs to be pervasive throughout the organization. And I think it hides in pockets, and it's up to the leaders to find those pockets and those change agents or those innovative people and allow them to come forward versus kind of push them back into the dark recesses.
Well, that takes me on to my next question then, because if we want to ensure our teams have the right skills, the right skill mix, if you will, to lead disruptive planning and embrace disruption, in your experience, what are some of those human qualities and characteristics that should be a part of that team?
Yeah, I'll let Michael answer that first. I'm really curious to see his answer.
I think the first thing is having this learning mindset and being able to have a concept of continuously challenging yourself and be incredibly comfortable with failing fast, being iterative, and building on each, I guess you could say it, failure or experience, but coming in with a learning mindset and being open to ideas, being open to collaborate. Those are some of the qualities that I think are needed in order to start innovation within a group.
Yeah. Well, Michael, I'm going to just piggyback off that. I think it's having a learning mindset, and it's also at the same time having an unlearning mindset, because it is, part of it is, everybody wants to go up the mountain, but nobody wants to go down the mountain again and restart and reimagine and disrupt themselves. And I think the unlearning piece is so valuable. The other thing, to your point, Bill, you mentioned Brené Brown in terms of being vulnerable. And this whole series is called the Thought Leadership Series. It's funny, with leaders, we expect them to have all the answers. We expect them to take us and lead us in the right direction, when in reality, the world is changing so quickly that we almost have to step back and say, as a leader, and be vulnerable. I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea what this blockchain thing is all about. Can you help me? Can you tell me why? And that is very vulnerable to be in, especially as a leader. And I think those two things, unlearning and being vulnerable, are so important to really developing a disruptive mindset.